So after I made the mausoleum, I was like, you know what? It'd be really great to do a stop-motion film. And so I already had the mausoleum built, gathered a crew of people, and I was living in a very large flat at the time, so we were actually building a lot of the set pieces on a 12-inch scale in my flat. And, hired a doll maker to make these creepy dolls for the characters. But halfway through set design, we ran out of funding. And the thing I'll mention about this, which was rather disheartening, is that for that film, we were kind of conflicted on where to go with it because we wanted it to look real, but we knew that we were working on a limited budget. So if the actual puppets were to talk in the film, if their mouths weren't synced properly and didn't work just right, that any dialogue between the characters would be lost because it would just look ridiculous. So I decided, let's do this whole entire film silent, and we'll have someone do narration over it. So we actually got Doug Bradley, who was Pinhead and Hellraiser. He signed on to do the narration for the film. So that was super exciting. But then halfway through set design, we ran out of money. The project sat on hold for months on end until it just got to the point that we would have had to have relocated to a warehouse. So we would have had to have been able to afford moving trucks and the money to rent a warehouse to move everything to, and we just simply didn't. So the movie, unfortunately, never got made, and it was entitled Mo and Armcara. But when my friend suggested, well, you have this great script that you've written, turn it into a book, I decided to change the title to Neverlasting, and here we are today with the book. So when I put the promotional video together, that's why it has that animation-type promo video that goes along with it.
Oh, all right. So that's why, and the cover looks like that. I love it. I would
still like to make that into a movie someday. It's just a matter of being able to do it properly. I could make it now, but it has to be the best that it could possibly be, and for the meantime, it's just got to take a backseat to some of the other things.
Wow, that's crazy.
A Neverlasting movie is definitely something that will happen someday.
Yeah, I think it'll be great too, because just that little tease right there, that little bit of video, I was just like, man, I was like,
I have a following of listeners, so I'd like to take the moment to say that anybody that's listening, if you do computer animation, because what I had decided a year ago, right about the time that Neverlasting was released as a book, I said now would be a great time because you have the book and we could release the film, and I thought instead of doing claymation, stop motion animation, which was very time consuming, you need a lot of space to do it in. I thought, well, we'll just do digitalized and maybe even the old school Disney style, flip book drawing, the way that they used to make their old cartoons and films. So I reached out to a couple animators, and artists are very, I'm trying to figure out how to put this properly without offending people, but most artists are lazy as can be.
Right.
They really are. Not everybody wants to work around the clock. So you either find artists that are lazy, or there's a lot of people that say, yeah, I'm going to do that, but they always say they're going to do a lot of things and they never do anything.
Right.
So a year ago, I actually found several different people that were amazing artists that are like, yeah, we'd love to do this. That sounds like such a great project, and we'll be more than happy to help animate it. And, of course, they always ended up flaking out. So I kind of gave up temporarily, but my point is, if anybody's listening that, would like to get involved, the script's here, the book's out, I would love to turn this into a film, so hopefully we'll find the right person.
Definitely, and I can help you with that too, we'll keep in touch, and I'll definitely put some type of post. I do a lot of digital marketing, and that's my specialty is social media marketing. And I could definitely, I don't know what this is going on unless it's the next person, but I could definitely help you with that, and we can put the word out there, and maybe something can happen.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a movie that definitely has to get made. I always tell, my one close friend who was working on building the sets with me, I said, I've accomplished a lot in my life, but on my deathbed, if I'm lying there and Neverlasting never got adapted into a film, that will be like my biggest regret, where my ghost will roam the earth forever because it can't rest in peace because it never got made. So that's definitely a high priority list.
Definitely. Tell everybody your social media too, so that they can follow you.
Yes, let me take a look real quick because I never remember all of my links off the top of my head.
I totally relate to that.
So you can find more information in regards to Neverlasting by going to facebook.com Neverlasting Book. For my my professional Facebook page, you can find me on Facebook at Johnny Daggers Official. So, and then my official website is officialjohnnydaggers.com.
So there you go, y'all. You can find him and definitely check him out because he's very worth checking out. You'll get carried away from one thing to the next, and then also go on YouTube. There's other interviews, there's little videos, there's little clips of other movies. There's so much on him, and I was just like, wow, like this stuff needs to be seen because like this man has so much in his journey that like he needs to be seen.
Well, I greatly appreciate that.
Definitely, definitely. Do you have any closing words, Mr. Daggers?
I actually do.
Okay.
Firstly, I would like to thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. I was really excited about it, so I'm glad that you could come.
Yes, and thank you to all your listeners. I would also like to give a memorial. One of my cast members just recently passed away 2 days after Christmas. She was a great help throughout the filming of Noctambulous. She was a stagehand. She had a small role in one of the scenes, and she's also the daughter of our makeup artist that was on Noctambulous. So her name's Krista Marie Fox. So I'd just like to send my condolences and all my love to the Fox family, and Krista will be greatly missed. And I would just like to, extend a big thanks to my cast and crew that helped make a great film. So, Steve Summerlin, Buffy Fox, so many people, I could go on and on.
Wow. I'm sorry for the loss, and it's hard when you have part of your team and something happens because we've gone through that, and it is a miss. You miss them and
right.
Their work, and it's a sad loss.
Especially when it's unexpected,
Right, right.
That's the hard thing about it. So.
Gosh, especially around Christmas, it's hard for families too.
Right.
But so I guess we'll be seeing the movie soon. When is it going to be released?
That I don't know.
Okay,
it's not up to me.
Oh, okay.
Actually up to the distribution companies. So Noctambulous will be releasing worldwide through SGL Entertainment, and although the film is completed, I do have some original soundtrack, and actually all original soundtrack, which is being written for it. So I am just waiting for the original soundtrack to be finished, then it goes to the distribution company, and once it goes to them, it usually takes about 8 to 10 months for a release. So I'm thinking the latter part of this year.
Oh wow, okay. So that'll work. All right, y'all, and I want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. And you will be able to hear this after a little while. I will have it featured on the site. So once it's all done, it'll turn into a podcast, and it'll be available to everybody whenever, so that you may all go and listen to it. And I want to thank you again, Johnny, for coming on, and we will stay in contact.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Sounds fantastic.
You're very welcome, and you have a great weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all, and I want to leave you with some music for this interview. And I hope y'all have a great weekend.